I'm Cora.
I'm Neil.
I'm Greg.
I'm Victor.
I'm Steven.
My name's Daniel.
I'm Olivia, and we're Projectors 1, and this is our presentation on Project Integration Management.
Developing the project charter was Odo Construction's first step in the project integration management. To do this, they started off by creating a statement of work, which gave them a clear description of the business needs, project scope, and their strategic plan. Since the building needed to be LEED certified, subject matter experts were brought in order to make sure that they've passed all enterprise environmental factors. A business case was also constructed in order to test out the feasibility of the project, as well as to take a look at the legal requirements and social needs of the gym. After all the contracts were created and everything was reviewed by the sponsor, the project charter was completed.
For the plan, the project needs all necessary information such as budget, requirements, scope, and risk. Expert judgment will be utilized when executing and monitoring the project. Creating project deliverables, training team members, and establishing communication channels are also ways the project will be executed. As for monitoring changes, they will be handled through the PM and his expert judgment. To control the project, they will be to compare the actual project performance versus the project management plan. Throughout the project, we will identify and analyze the risks and provide forecasts and updates to all people necessary. Finally, to close the project, it is a must to make sure all requirements are met and the final product is complete.
In order to properly direct and manage the rec construction project, Auto Construction needed to approve a project management plan and change request plan. They also needed to take into consideration enterprise environmental factors and the organizational process assets that they could bring to the project. After getting the basic inputs together, Auto Construction needed to look at the expert judgment they could bring to the rec and how they could utilize their information system. Ultimately, the outputs for Auto were completed project management plan, change request form, update requirements, documentation requirements, and final deliverables.
This is how Auto Construction will monitor and control the project. Performance reports are used to check the status of construction and check for issues. Some of the environmental factors that went into this was that CSU Chico wanted the building to be LEED certified. Organizational process assets that Auto Construction has is experience with large buildings, and they are Cal OSHA safety and health achievement. A tool that Auto Construction will use on the project is their expert judgment. For the change request, Auto Construction will be responsible for correcting any construction that is bad or defective prior to the opening. Project document updates will be performed regularly on performance reports and issues logs.
All change requests must be submitted to the project manager. All requests will be reviewed in a timely manner. The project manager then determines the urgency of the request. If urgent, the project manager will review and use expert judgment to make a decision to either approve or deny. In requests affecting scope, they must be submitted using scope change request forms. The project manager will meet with project sponsors to review, analyze, and make a final decision to approve or deny the request. Approved changes will be heavily communicated and monitored to avoid any confusion, reworks, delays, etc. Monitoring changes will be done by the project manager by physical inspection and oversight, along with progress reports.
For the closed project phase, they started by reviewing the project management plan. They reviewed all accepted deliverables, which in this case was the completed rec center. They also reviewed all organizational process assets and used expert judgment to help with the review and acceptance of all parts of the completed project. They ended up with the completed and accepted California State University Chico Wildcat Recreation Center and final organization process updates for the completed project. This is our video on project integration management. Thank you for watching.